back to the Put on the Penalty Spot podcast. Oh wait, with me, Josh.
And me, Jess.
Sorry, I forgot we were doing that. So it's been an interesting couple of days of football. I'm going to wear this with pride. Probably not a great idea, but considering results, but we will get onto that in a little bit. Should we start off with a good game today for Jess anyway, with Leeds or Peterborough versus Leeds, should I say?
Yes, definitely. And what a game that was. I'm not wearing my shirt anymore, but I am still wearing yellow to represent how happy I am with the result. Obviously, 3-0 to Leeds versus Peterborough. And there's just so much that I feel happened in that game. I mean, Ampadu knocking 2 from 2 set pieces. And then let's just talk about the goal from Bamford, where he had his back to the goal, 25 yards, and he just banged it straight in the net.
He just banged it in the net.
I could have just screamed at the TV then and there. I mean, it was just amazing. Don't you think so?
Yeah, there's a lot of like Puskas calls and all this already. It was a good chest down, just turned and just hit it. Like, it was, for me, it was a bit of a hit and hope, but still an amazing, really good goal from Bamford. Good game all round. As you said, Ampadu's second and third goal of his career, I think, let alone the season. So, yeah, good result for Leeds against Peterborough. So it's a good start for Jess's day anyway.
Yeah, and we were right in our predictions. So we both said 2-1 and we said Leeds would win. So I think we take that as a win that we were correct in our thoughts process there.
I think Peterborough were probably unlucky to actually not score themselves. So yeah, I think 2-0 was probably fair, but I think 2-1 probably would have been fairer for Peterborough anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Like one of Peterborough's players, Mason Clark, he played quite a pivotal role, I feel, in the game, and I saw he had a few chances, so I could have seen that goal happening from him.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to the next game, or do you want to talk about that all day?
I could easily talk about that all day, but let's move on to the next. Luton versus Bolton. I mean, we kind of guessed this right, 'cause, well, you did. You said a draw, but you said a 1-1 draw, not a 0-0 draw. Yeah, goals, Josh, no goals.
Yeah, I was surprised not to see any goals at all from either side. They both had chances, but nothing really clean cut. But yeah, 0-0. There's not really a lot to talk about, to be honest. They hit the inside of the post. Maybe slight call for a penalty, but yeah, other than that, nothing really going on in that game.
Yeah, I think out of all the games today, that was, not much happening there. Okay, the next one, which a lot did happen in, is the West Brom versus Aldershot game. I mean, I remember you initially saying a 4-1 win and then changed your mind to 3-1 win, and your initial thoughts would have been correct. I was completely off with my prediction of 3-2 Aldershot. Completely take that back there. I mean, they did play well for a National League team against West Brom, but obviously just West Brom had the stronger players there. I mean, DK coming back after injury and scoring that goal, and then Tom Fellows, man of the match, scoring the 4th goal in the game. I mean, the manager said the team had great mentality, and you could just see that happen.
Yeah, I think Tom Fellows got man of the match, as you said. Yeah, I was a bit interested at the time when you said that you thought Aldershot might get a win out of it, but I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I think it proved you a little bit wrong there. Good result for West Brom. Yeah, they walked away with it in the end with a 4-1 victory. So yeah, good finishing as well in the game. So
okay, do you want to move on to the next?
Yeah, so we'll go on to West Ham versus Bristol City. Another probably interesting game, more than the result probably shows at a 1-1 draw. But I think Bristol City had a lot of the game, which was very unexpected. I know West Ham had a couple of injuries, which is not looking good for them. But a very good result for Bristol to take it back to their ground. They could have probably even nicked it 2-1, but yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that goal from Conway actually made them made an impact and made sure that there is a replay now. So I think his goal's kind of pivotal to that happening.
Of course, yeah. Well, West Ham winning
Yeah.
1-0, so yeah, an equaliser for Bristol City to get them back in the game, but then also probably pushed them ahead in the game. If they had 5 or 10 minutes longer, they might have even, as I said, nicked the win.
Yeah, great. Okay, next one. Shrewsbury versus Wrexham. That was 1-0 to Wrexham. Obviously, I predicted a Wrexham win. I predicted Wrexham to have more goals for some reason, just the way they have been playing in their league at the minute. I thought they would be able to pick up a few more, so I was quite surprised to only see a 1 goal. So I don't know if it hints they struggled a bit more than the thought, or I'm not sure on that, but I think, expected more.
Both teams had quite a lot of chances. Shrewsbury, a couple of them, how they didn't score. Skied one from about 5 yards out, if not less than that. Wrexham had a few chances as well. They probably had a lot more possession of the game. To say 1-0 is fair is I would have probably been more towards a 1-0 would have probably been fair, because just the sheer chances that Shrewsbury could have taken, and Wrexham's goal was very unfortunate to deflect in the keeper, just out of the keeper's reach. So very disappointing for Shrewsbury.
Yeah, I'm watching the highlights. I could easily have seen more goals happening. They just weren't followed through, so it's a bit sad to see that, and especially for Shrewsbury. Okay, next one, Man City Huddersfield. I mean, kind of expected 5-0 to City, and I thought they'd have 4 goals anyway, but yeah, they do come in and just make that impact, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I should have probably guessed it. I went 2-2. I don't know why. They just showed their class, I guess. Kevin De Bruyne coming back in, and Foden scored a double or a couple of goals. They just showed their class. There's not really much to say about the game. 5-0, kind of comfortable win for Man City, moving into the next round.
Yeah.
So, very comfortable.
And then Not Forest versus Blackpool, so 2-2. So we kind of guessed right on that. We both said draws would happen. You said no goals. I said at least 1-1-1. So that was good. I think good from both teams there. Don't you think?
Well, Blackpool probably very disappointing, going 2-0 up, and then being pegged back to 2-2. They probably would have took it before the game. I would have thought they probably would have took a 2-2 and take it back to their ground. But going 2-0 up, they're probably very disappointed coming out of that game with a draw. A very good finish from Gibbs White. He kind of put it in the top bins. I was like, that's kind of what I do. That's my job, kind of thing, and just kind of walked away. So if you watch that goal and just his kind of celebration from that goal, it's quite funny actually. But a very, very good finish. Probably one of my favourite goals of the day. Probably after Bamford.
I was going to say.
Don't look at me like that.
Correct.
But probably one of the better goals of the day. Very good finish from Gibbs White.
Yeah, and I think Blackpool did really well to get 2 goals as well, seeing they're against Notts Forest. So very well done to them. Okay, elephant in the room. Last one for you. Sorry to say, Arsenal versus Liverpool.
What can you say, really? Just the finishing, really from both teams, to be honest, was just not up to kind of Premier League standard. Kai Havertz on the Arsenal side he just took too long on the ball. Just didn't want to. Had to take that extra touch. Just didn't take the shot early enough. There were some good chances from both teams. Liverpool just got the put a very good cross from Trent, and then it just deflected in. And then Arsenal's tried to get the equaliser at the end. So it's either 1-1 or a 2-0 Liverpool win, and it was the latter. So, I just think it was down to just poor finishing, to be honest. Arsenal probably played well defensively in the first half, or just across the game, really, to probably sloppy goals, lack of concentration for the first, and then, as I explained, with the second. But very disappointing, to be honest. I think we need to get back to the put our shooting boots back on, to be honest. Bit of training. So yeah.
Yeah, it is disappointing. I mean, from my perspective, like, I don't think one team played better than the other. They were kind of both equal to me. But I do think it'd be nice to have Arsenal have a go, because they did put some effort into it, and you could see that. It's just Liverpool just had that little bit of edge today to get some goals in, really.
Yeah, I think well, sometimes I look at Kai Havertz and I think is the effort there, but I don't want to pick on certain players. But yeah, I was very disappointed, to say the least, that we didn't. I think if we get one, we get two, kind of thing. But it just didn't happen today. It just didn't happen. So hopefully we can push on in the league now, get back into form, and before we've got a very important Champions League ties. Yeah,
Okay.
Not really much more to say about that.
Well, no, that pretty much summarises the FA Cup matches today. So thank you for checking in on Put on the Penalty Spot podcast, and we'll see you later.